It is solo pod day on the Books for Guys podcast, as there's been several people who have asked a lot of questions as we've had so many amazing guests on the podcast over the last 6, 7 months. We've had so many people join the Books for Guys community and supporting us and being able to purchase books and get them in the hands of young guys across the country, and wanted to spend a little time just talking more about Books for Guys and just providing more information that may help answer some questions out there, and just all the just to add to the big impact that we're having and trying to create here. And so, just to start with a story, Books for Guys was started exactly 3 years ago this month. So, as of March 2026, Books for Guys has been live for 3 years, and it's been awesome. Originally, it was created due to, a lot of you guys know I'm in the recruiting and sales space, meet with a lot of people, and I was meeting with a VP or director of a company, one of the clients of mine, and we were talking about how the ladies have all these book clubs and wine and book nights and all these get-togethers. And there really wasn't a spot for the men, or there wasn't a place for the men to go get good book recommendations or to talk about books and encourage reading. And this guy I met with, he said, "Man, you should create something, create a community, or do something about it." And I was like, all right, I will. And that's where Books for Guys was born, and that's where it was created. And so, worked on building a website, never built a website before. Tried to do it on my own, ended up having someone help me, and she did a great job and has done a great job whenever I need her help. And really, it started just using my professional network on LinkedIn, adding book recommendations, whether I read them or someone else recommended them to me, and really just wanted to start adding books to this website and our LinkedIn page simply as just book recommendations. If you need somewhere to go find a book you want to read, or you don't know where to go, like, I'm just putting them out there so you can go figure it out. Always knew that we wanted to have a bigger impact with it, though. And for a long time, didn't know how to go about doing that. Wasn't sure the direction of everything. But really, about a year ago, thanks to some great leaders in my life and some networking groups I'm a part of, really started peeling the layers back on Books for Guys and figuring out, hey, what is our mission here? Like, what can we do to have a positive impact on a bigger scale? And so, started pulling back the layers just on myself and realizing that I really enjoy reading now, but I didn't always enjoy it. And I think that's the story with a lot of guys, is maybe growing up, you just, reading wasn't the cool thing to do. You didn't really have any influence of maybe men in your life telling you to read and how important it was. And so, it took me being in college, transferring schools, and then being somewhere I didn't know anybody, to basically being bored enough to pick up a book that I had just sitting around. It was Tony Dungy's book, Quiet Strength. That was really the first book that I really credit to just getting the wheels turning in my head and making me interested in reading more and learning more. And it led to, obviously, I was into sports, played football. So Tony Dungy was someone I was genuinely interested in. So, but that led me to reading more books about athletes and coaches. And then that led to reading personal development books, and then finance books, and then fiction books. And the wheels just got turning. But that's where really the mission came from, was like, okay, I wish I'd have read these books 5, 6 years earlier in my life, because I would have learned so much, and I would have, maybe the way I thought about things or people or situations would have been maybe a little different, because I'd opened myself up a little bit more to learning about these things. And so, that's really where the mission came into, okay, how can we spark interest and get young guys interested in reading at an earlier age, and starting that curiosity journey and really using their own interest. What are you interested in? I think that's another point of this, is growing up, we all get told what to read. We all have to read a novel. We all have to read whatever's required. And sometimes we're just not interested in that. But what if a high school kid who wants to be the next Michael Jordan or Tom Brady, or wants to build a business, that's what they're interested in. There's all these books out there about these people or about these processes that can get you to where you want to be, and help you learn about people you want to learn about. And so, that's really our mission now at Books for Guys, is how can we get books into young men's hands so that they can start that journey? And our goal is just like every month, how many can I give more books away this month? Can we give more books away this month? How can we have athletes and business leaders and teachers and people of influence on the podcast to talk about the importance of reading or talk about their own book? It's been really cool to be able to spotlight authors who have written books or spotlight business leaders who credit books to providing them with knowledge that got them to where they're at now. And so it's really cool to learn those stories and to spotlight those, but it's really important because I think people can take something from it, and hopefully somebody can watch or listen to an episode, and maybe that'll spark interest to wanting to read that book or to read a book to, again, start that journey. And so that's what we're all about here at Books for Guys right now. It's, man, the podcast is going well. We've had some amazing guests already. We have more amazing guests that we're scheduling every single day and every single week. We're giving away more books than we ever have before. Our goal this year in 2026 is to give away a minimum of 365 books. So we want to average a book a day that we're sending to somebody or giving away to a program. So we did some like high school player of the week awards last fall with a couple football teams. We're trying to get more involved with schools to do that again this fall, as well as to get involved in other sports, basketball, baseball, programs, working with professional athletes and business leaders as they seem to really enjoy and buy into what we're trying to do here as well. So there's some big, exciting things coming. But man, our one ask is if you haven't joined the Books for Guys community or joined the free newsletter, consider doing so. The community, we don't ask for a lot. It's $30 for the year or $3 a month, but really that goes to helping us purchase books, and it supports the authors out there who are writing as well. We want to be able to purchase those books and not just ask for donations because we want, it's important to be these writers too. They've got to live too, and we want them to keep writing and producing work. So we support the authors, and each membership provides the opportunity to purchase 2 to 3 books typically. And that helps us keep the podcast going, helps us with book purchases. And so if you feel led to do so, consider becoming a Books for Guys community member. We send out a newsletter to everyone showing what we're doing each month. We spotlight authors, we spotlight books, we let you know where we've been able to purchase and give books away to. If you have recommendations, if you have a program you think we should be a part of, if there's any teachers you think that would love to be a part of this, where we can get books to their students or their players, that's what this is all about. But if you need to take a little time, you can join our free newsletter as well. It gives you the same information that our community members get, but it gives you just some more insight, again, to see what all the cool things we're doing you can keep up with us on. And so be sure to subscribe on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. All of that means a lot to us and helps us out as we continue to try and grow and to have the impact that we want to have. And so we appreciate the support. Just wanted to put this out there to provide more information on where we're at, hopefully where we're going, and just what all we're trying to accomplish. And so we appreciate the support. Thank you for watching and listening to this. And go pick up a book. Go pick up a book or provide us with a recommendation of one you read that we can share with others. And so we appreciate it. Thank you.